Hey guys, welcome back. So in this session, we're going to look into what is MLOps and why do we need it and the process of it. Okay. So first of all, DevOps for machine learning models is basically called MLOps. So to understand what exactly is MLOps, you should know what is DevOps. So DevOps is basically the process of automating the software development lifecycle. So in this case, we are automating the deploying of machine learning models into the cloud and making sure it runs. So MLOps is a process for developing models for production. A model's lifecycle from training to deployment must be auditable, if not reproducible. So if you look at the diagram at the bottom, so data. So first we are getting the data, we are training the model, we are deploying the model into a compute solution, and then we are monitoring it continuously. And that data could be used to analyze and check how the model is performing. And that updated data could again be put into the training data set and the model could be trained, and this can keep on going. So this is a simple process of what exactly is MLOps. So MLOps is a set of practices for collaboration and communication between data scientists and operations professionals. So applying these practices increases the quality, simplifies the management process, and automates the deployment of machine learning and deep learning models in a large-scale production environment. So basically implementing MLOps will reduce the time it takes to update the model every single time, because let's say you're uploading a model, you will have to update it every single time before you are going to deploy it. So in this case, if you set up an environment where it will automatically be already deployed and you just have to you can just tweak or edit it whenever required. So that will basically be very helpful. Okay, so why do you need MLOps? So machine learning helps individuals and businesses deploy solutions that unlock previously untapped sources of revenue, save time and reduce cost. So again, if you have to deploy it individually every single time, that will increase the time which it would take. But in this case, it would reduce the time. Automating model deployment and development with MLOps means faster go-to-market times and lower operational costs. So one more reason why it is important is that it is faster, because like DevOps, you are automating everything. So in this case, it's much faster. And also the operational costs get much lower. Again, this is because you automated it and there is no extra operational time running on particular computes. Everything is set up and everything will run in a complete flow. And then MLOps serves as the map to guide individuals, small teams, and even businesses to achieve their goals with minimal troubles. Besides that, MLOps can help in resolving. Okay, so basically the four important reasons why we need it is because deployment issues will be reduced because you are deploying it once and it gets updated multiple times. And then monitoring issues would be reduced because you are continuously monitoring it with a monitoring tool. Lifecycle management issues, the entire lifecycle is managed from one console. You don't have to do anything else. You just have to set it up and then to keep on deploying the updated model. And finally, model governance issues. So again, if you want to govern the model, if the model is all over the place, if there are services running in various different locations, then that would be really hard to track. But if you have a tool in order to monitor the entire model from one single location, that would be made much easier for you to work with it. So now the process of MLOps. The complete MLOps process was divided into three broad phases: design, requirements engineering, ML use case prioritization, and data viability. The first stage is designing the MLOps process. So what exactly is going to happen? What exactly would be the requirements for that particular workflow? So everything in that would be looked into. And then ML use case prioritization. What exactly should be prioritized? What task or what part of the ML model should be prioritized, and that would be taken into account. And finally, data availability. So there should be enough data in order for the model to train and test, right? So that would be the first phase. Second phase would be model development, data engineering, ML model engineering, and model test and validation. Okay, so this is one. And model development is basically where you are cleansing the data, you are making sure the data is perfect for you. And then ML model engineering. So in this case, you are basically creating a machine learning model. So basically, you have the data right now, you are creating a model in order to incorporate the data into it and making sure the model works and does whatever you want it to. Then model test and validation. So once the model is ready, you are testing and validating it if it will work or not before you're going to deploy it. And finally, the operations part. So again, so right now in the second part, you are developing the complete model. The model is working, it's been well validated and verified. Finally, in operations, you are deploying the ML model and then CI/CD pipelines. So in this case, you are creating a complete CI/CD pipeline in which you are uploading your model, And so you're setting up complete pipeline, which will in order, basically first the model will be deployed into an environment. That environment will have a monitoring tool set up, which will be monitoring the environment as well as the model, and that feedback will be constantly sent. And then, so this particular process would be created using a CI/CD tool. And then finally, monitoring and triggering. And yeah, so this is what I was explaining: monitoring and triggering. Okay, so these are the steps in the MLOps process, guys. So I think this is what I wanted to introduce you, the first starting off with the Azure machine learning, because Azure machine learning is a very big tool, and that's where we'll have to learn a lot. Okay, so thank you guys, meet you in the next session.